Gary, you found a bit of grass.
Finally, again, more and more.
Have you been flat out recently, I suppose, on the grass jobs?
Absolutely. Just
the sun's come out. And
sun's come out.
You haven't stopped.
All hell's broke loose. The phone don't stop ringing.
No. So tell us a bit about yourselves then. What is it you guys do?
Well, we're mainly grass, silage, precision shop. We do some round baling, some wrapping, but the main area of jobs these days is chopping. So
do you farm yourselves as well?
Yeah, they got about 250, 300 acres of arable and a little bit of grass.
Right, and then on top of that you've got all this contracting.
Madness contracting, yeah, as it goes.
What's this job we're on today then? Where are we?
We are at Witchingford in Worcestershire, Ridge End Farm. David Richards.
Big dairy farm.
Big dairy farm, milking 400 plus cattle.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting bigger. They keep building, putting sheds up.
I bet you do some grass for these boys then, didn't you?
Last year we did 700 odd acres, and we do about 250 maize.
Keeps you boys busy and all then.
Yeah, it's plenty on, and it's always long days.
So this job you've just started this morning.
This is second cut today. I think
second cut today?
Second cut today.
Right, so you've already done a bit of first cut then?
Yeah, we've done the first cuts just over there. That was hard work putting in because it was quite wet when it went in. So obviously the ground's dried up now and made it a lot easier for the boys in the field.
And the whole team are here today. You got the mowers, the rake.
That's it.
When I first got here this morning, the mowers, the rake and the forager was all in the same field this morning.
Yeah, well, we decided when we went yesterday, the grass was mowed the day before and it was meadowy stuff and it went like hay, and that was for a beef farmer. So they decided they're just going to mow in front and chop behind to stop the grass wilting too much.
It has been hot though, hasn't it, the last couple of weeks?
It's been beautiful.
You've had to drag the old vest out the wardrobe.
Yeah, Mr. Muscle.
So how long have you been working for Phil then? How long have you worked here?
Phil, summertime I've been on for pretty much 23 years. This is my 23rd year.
Wow.
Started off driving a 7/8/10.
What age were you when you came to help Phil then?
19 years old, a young lad.
Only a couple of years then.
Yeah, not too many. Yeah, so 42 now. Started on a trailer, doing a bit of trailering. There was only 2 tractor and trailers involved then, the older forager, and then we sort of took on different roles and used to do a lot of mowing years ago, and then obviously now James has come through. He's of age and he took over a lot of the bigger jobs of mowing and does mostly does the raking if he's not mowing. So
you're mainly pit man now then?
I'm the pit man. The one who has the stress.
The one who's got to keep her.
Yeah.
So you're all New Holland boys.
Yeah.
You're big on your blue stuff.
We love the blues.
Yeah. How many are you running?
We have got today, we've got this is a 200 I'm driving, a T7 200. There's a 14 Reg 200, and there's 3, I think, 210s.
You got a little dude helping you out as well today?
Yeah, we got a Deutz, a neighbour who used to do his silaging. His son's come to help us out today because we're just a bit tight on staff. It's everybody's all hands on deck. Usually we wouldn't be mowing, you see, probably. So yeah. We got James would be on the rake. So, but there's always a few people around that can do the job, you know. So
have you always been New Holland then?
Yeah, well, I was TW20s when I first started, and then we went up to 8340s and TMs, and eventually we've got to the T7s now. So it's been a.
And you like these tractors, do you?
Yeah, good. This one's done over 10,000 hours now, and it still works as hard. As hard as anything. They're nice. I do like them. They're comfortable. You know, you've got plenty of space in the cab. There's nothing. Everything's where you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're good. The music's good. The stereo speakers are good. That's the main part of the job.
That's the main feature. Talking mowers then. We went out to see James earlier.
Yeah.
What's he got on his mowing setup? What's he running?
Well, he's got a T7 210 and he's running a John Deere set of triples. Phil's always been a big fan of John Deere mowers.
Right.
Over the years, they had a 1360 was the first John Deere mower when I came, and then we got up to 1365s, and then a few trailed ones and a few front mounted ones, and last year bit the bullet and bought a triple.
They look a good set of mowers, to be fair.
They're good, they're very strong. just a bit high on the road, I think. When you the roads are a bit.
Gotta watch the trees.
The trees, yeah. You can have a bit of debris if you're not careful. Everybody thinks you're driving at them on the road. You're in the middle of the road trying to dodge the trees, and everybody thinks you're driving at them. But,
and on the rake side of things, you're running Class.
Yeah, Class rakes. This is a 4-rotor that Tom's driving today. We've also got I think it's a 3100 and a 2900 or 2800. That's a nice little rake, that is, but obviously I don't get to use them too much until we're hay-making.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Tom's on the 4-rotor today to keep the momentum going.
Trying to keep in front of the king himself on the Vigella machine.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about Phil then, because he's the main cog still, isn't he?
Phil is the main. He is the main man. I mean, he's been a lovely, good, fun person to work for. Yeah. Works hard.
He's always driven the forager. Yeah,
ever since I've been.
He will be for many years to come. Yeah, I think.
I certainly hope so. He's like I say, he's a very hard-working man, and he's good. He's helpful to wherever we go. We sheet the pits as well, which a lot of contractors don't do. So they're always appreciative of that. But
you wouldn't let anyone else on his forager?
No, not. I think
no sharing.
No sharing. There's no caring and sharing here. But James will get there one day, I'm sure. But you've got to know. It's knowing how the machine works, apart from driving it, isn't it? So he knows them inside out, and the backup he's got from Malpass tractors is phenomenal, really. Yeah. They're a very, very good firm.
What is she then? What forager are you running?
She's a FR 9060. I should imagine around the 650 horsepower mark.
And you're pleased with her?
Yeah, she's been a good one, really.
How long have you been running her now?
This is season 4, I think, off the top of my head. No major incidents. A good machine, really.
Have New Holland got that header right?
I think so. It seems the only issues maybe are the pickup tines. They're on like a rubber back, and you're only going to catch them and they'll bust off. Right. They're not like a spring, like I don't know what the Class ones are like, but obviously it's just the tines. Day-to-day maintenance really is tine repairing and just greasing, I suppose. Yeah. But on the whole,
the rest of your maintenance through the winter, I suppose.
Yeah. Like the people, the Malpass tractors, they come down and give her a full service and go through her in the end of March, early April, and get her set up ready for the season ahead. And touch wood, we just keep rolling, we don't stop. You can say what you like about different machines, there's different good and bad in every type, but Philip's had 5 foragers now, so he's obviously pleased with the way they run, so yeah, it's a good machine.
Any more yellow ones to come?
I would have thought so. It will get upgraded one day, won't it? I'm sure it'll be a yellow one next. Obviously Philip runs on the basis of not brand new, so when people have a brand new one, their second hand one goes down the line a bit and then eventually comes to Philip, you see, so it's a colossal amount of money, isn't it?
And alongside your forager, you've got your fleet of trailers with you today?
Yeah, well, we got, people might think they're a bit small, they're West trailers, but we go to a lot of places and it's so tight to get in, and there's a lot of inside pits.
It's easier for getting around the yards, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on a loading shovel, am I? So big tubs take some pushing with a smaller buck rake, so I can push those up in 3 or 4 pushes and hopefully keep everything going.
What buck rake have you got on the front of it today?
We have got a Molten buck rake today. This one is a new one this time, brand new.
Oh right.
Yeah, so this came the end of May. We've kept the old one. We've got an old Molten that I used to use last year, but we've kept this one, kept that one, sorry, and then this one is not so worn out. And they've altered it a little bit on the front, because if you look, Tom, there's where the bits of metal come down the side.
Yes.
That was more overlash on the older one. You couldn't see the end tines.
Right. Okay.
So they've made it more visible for us to to see when you stuck it into the side of the pit or something.
So have you always had a tractor and butt brake on the pit then?
Yeah, well, not always. Years ago, before I started doing pits, there was an old load all, and it was always a molten butt brake on the front. But obviously, as the forage harvesters have got bigger and faster, and from a contracting perspective, it's a bit much to ask a load all day in, day out on some really hard, heavy jobs.
Yeah. Now you've got your big 200 on the job.
Now I've got my 200.
Do you like your setup? Would you ever consider a shovel or?
I'd like to have a go to see what the difference is, and probably get spoilt. But a few years ago, we had a T7 270 Blue Power, and I had that on the pit, and that must have had a 5-ton front linkage, because it would just lift and push, which this is an older tractor now and it just pushes.
How much are you lifting here today then, Gary?
Well, there's supposedly just over 100 acres today, I think.
Right.
And tomorrow there's some whole crop, 41 acres of whole crop, and then to top it off we'll just do probably another 15 or 20 acres on top of the whole crop to seal it. Was
your first cut slightly later this time, with it being so wet, or?
Some of it, when we came here the first time and did some first cut, it was a little bit later. I wouldn't say it's a huge amount later, but it was very wet, wasn't it? And we just trying to bide our time with such wet conditions. It's been quite a challenge. It's gone from one extreme to the other now. It's gone from being wet, sopping through, to this concrete base almost.
Oh, it's so dry out there, isn't it? The ground's so hard now.
It's incredibly hard, and if anywhere's been poached up the last time we were here, it'll be harder on the kit.
Yeah.
You know, mowing and stuff. We've chopped grass as early as in early April. We chopped some. We did some rye here with the forager. That was early April. That was 4 years ago. That was really that was nice stuff to shift actually with the butt brake.
Got to get out of the shed a bit sooner than you planned.
Yeah, well, we knew it was coming, but just you don't know what you're doing till the day you're doing it. And sometimes in contracting,
no, that's right.
You sort of plan ahead, don't you? But until you know what the weather's doing, or whether you can get some staff, whether you can get some extra tractors and you need them, or what, or breakdowns. Staff are some of the bigger issues now. Getting people probably easy, but getting people who know the job is the harder part. I'm sure everybody has that same trouble in contracting, because it's not some days, in some years it's not every day. You'll have 10 or 15 days flat out, then you might get a wet week. A couple
of quiet days.
You got some wet week, and then it's finding people who are flexible, you know. So.
Yeah. What's the newest tractor you're running now then?
Our newest tractor on the fleet is a 2019 T7 210.
Is that the one Ollie's on today?
Ollie's on that today, yeah. He's auto power, beautiful tractor, in my opinion. She just hasn't got the joystick controls like this one has, so that one goes on the trailer.
Right, I
think it would be a good pit tractor if it. Obviously, you could do it with the levers, but the joystick's nice. It's easy to have the joystick. Yeah. But
has this tractor always been pit tractor then?
Since I've been doing the pits, this one's always been on the pit. This is the one I drive mainly.
Yeah.
We do try and tend to stick, if we can, to one tractor and one driver, but obviously there are days when things change.
Right, well, cheers for having us out today, Gary, anyway.
That's no problem, Tom. Nice to see you.
I'll let you get a bit more in your pit.
It'll be full by the end of the day, I expect.
That's it, if all goes to plan.
Let's hope so.
If all these blue machines...
They'll keep going, Blue never die. They keep going.
Nice to see you, Gary, and we'll pop out and see you again on the Maze.
Thank you, Tom. Lovely. Nice talking to you. Take care.